Welcome to Spindle and Spoon Homestead, your place for simple living and hand spinning. Today I'm sharing a recipe for my favorite chocolate chip cookies. These cookies are unique because they have a little bit of oatmeal and a little bit of cinnamon in them, and I also make them with whole wheat flour. I'm not going to pretend that they're healthy, but they are really delicious and just a little bit unique if you're kind of tired of the same old chocolate chip cookie. So this is my wheat grinder. I have talked about it in my whole wheat blueberry muffins video and recipe. This, I will admit, I did not buy this of my own accord. Someone just handed it down to me. But this is the K-Tech wheat grinder, or grain mill rather. It can grind all kinds of grains, including corn and wheat and many other things. And it works great. And the thing I really like about it is that it's so compact. As you saw in the beginning of the video, it kind of, you put it together in a certain way so that it's like this little cube almost, and then you just stick it on your shelf. A lot of other wheat grinders are a lot bulkier than that, or they're kind of a funny shape, but this one is the shape of a little box. So that's really nice. And other than that, it just works as well as any other wheat grinder I have used. I used to use my parents' wheat grinder occasionally, which was the Nutri-Mill one, and that was great too. But this one's fine, so I'm happy with it. So I'm grinding some hard white wheat for these cookies, but you can also use hard red wheat. Either way, doesn't really matter. And these cookies are really good, and the story goes that I got this recipe when I was in middle school, and our class did a fundraiser to purchase acreage in the rainforest to stop deforestation. And so we had a bake sale essentially where we would make these cookies and sell them in the cafeteria. And they have a lot of ingredients from the rainforest in them. So that's the story of these. So you're going to need 2 sticks of softened butter. And you need half a cup of white sugar and 3/4 of a cup of brown sugar. But to be honest, I pretty much always use a scant 1 1/4 cups of white sugar with a teaspoon of molasses, because that's just about the equivalent. And I don't know, I just don't have the executive function to make brown sugar all the time, but I refuse to buy it because I know how easy it is to make. So there's a little picture of my chaos for you there. And you're going to cream those sugars and butter together until they're all light and fluffy. My KitchenAid is super ancient, but we actually found a slightly newer one at a thrift store recently. It just needs the gears replaced, so I'm really excited about getting that set up soon. It's the 7-quart kind. I'm so excited. It's bigger than this one. And once your butter and sugars are creamed, you are going to add 2 eggs. Bonus points if they're from your own chickens. And you're going to add 2 teaspoons of vanilla. This is my homemade vanilla extract that I will do a recipe for someday. Next, you're going to add your dry ingredients. That's 2 1/4 cups of whole wheat flour, and honestly you can use all-purpose flour instead, but whole wheat flour gives it a depth of flavor. You need to add 1 teaspoon of baking soda, half a teaspoon of salt, and 1 teaspoon of cinnamon. And also add half a cup of old-fashioned oatmeal. Then you're going to put that on the slow speed and just mix it until it's thoroughly mixed. Scrape the sides of the bowl to get everything incorporated. The dough should be very thick, kind of like Play-Doh. And you're going to add about 2 cups of chocolate chips, which is roughly one 12-ounce package. And if you use a higher quality chocolate chip, it really elevates these cookies. I didn't have any on hand at this time, but I have in the past, and the higher quality the chocolate, the more amazing these cookies are. Just stir the chocolate chips in until they are thoroughly mixed together, and you're ready to bake. So when I made these, my house was really warm. It was about 80 degrees inside, and I was noticing that the dough was a little soft. And I went ahead and baked them anyway, but they did turn out a little bit ugly. They're a little not aesthetic, but still very delicious. So a tip that I have is, if you want your cookies to look more of like the bakery style that's not super flat, you might want to chill your cookie dough in the fridge for about 15 minutes before you bake. But if you don't mind potentially flat cookies, which also still taste extremely delicious, they're chewy, they've got that caramelized crispy outer edge, then you can just bake them right away. Doesn't matter. Just something to keep in mind. They don't look so bad in this video, but the pictures I was taking for Pinterest, I was like, these are ugly. No one's gonna click on this. So I mixed up another batch of dough, and I put the dough in the fridge, and you can see after being in the fridge they're hard, and here they are. These cookies always go really fast at my house. They're just unique enough that people always comment on them. They're like, oh, these are really good. What's in them? And I think it's mostly the cinnamon that gives it just a little bit something extra. It doesn't taste like a cinnamon or like a Christmas cookie or anything. It's just a little bit something extra. Thanks for watching, everyone. I hope you enjoy these cookies and this video. Please like and subscribe, especially if you are into homesteading and cooking from scratch and fiber art, because that's what I share the most about. Thanks again.